Weatherman, don't tell me lies, I know it's all a big surprise. It's a hocus pocus magic that you do.
Good morning and welcome to WEITV for another weekly weather edition. I am Dave the Weatherman. Thank you for joining us this week. I'm going to get out of the screen here for just a few minutes and I want to describe that image that you're looking at behind you. You're looking at 2015 temperatures in the blue. If you notice, the blue temperatures are not in the red area, which are above average, nor the blue area below average for the most part, but they're right near the brown color, which is normal conditions. What's unusual about this, if you look between the April to July time frame, those blue temperatures, what are observed, are at normal or a little bit below going into the summer pattern. So what does that mean? Well, let's give thanks to the El Nino pattern, which brought us a lot of rainfall in April and May. That has subdued the air temperatures. But we're going to go back to a different time frame, look at a different image here, and what we're looking at right now is 2011. Without going into all the detail, if you just look at the blue line relative to the brown shading, what you can see during the summertime is those temperatures were well above normal, and it did not rain that year, nor did we have an El Nino system. So we can give thanks for 2015 to date. We're feeling pretty good, even though right now we're in the mid to upper 90s. Well, why are we in the mid to upper 90s? Well, the classic high pressure system over the Gulf of Mexico has stretched westward, and this is a dominant pattern, even El Nino during the summertime. And that just means that the status quo is going to be with us this weekend all the way through next week. So here's an overview of your temperatures, looking at mid to upper 90s for a good portion of this period of time frame, and 70s for the lows with dry conditions and sunny weather. So if you're outside, be careful, drink lots of weather and some sunscreen. Well, next we're going to take a look at what Mr. Jack Sackwriter has to say about We Love Science. Thank you for joining us.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of We Love Science. I know weeks and weeks and weeks ago I promised you a little experiment about density. This is not what I had in mind, but I like it even better. So here we go. Basics on density. What density is how heavy something is compared to its volume. So what I have are three liquids here. They all look suspiciously like water. That's because they are all water, but some of them contain a secret ingredient. And so we're going to use this to show and kind of show the effects of what density is and how we experience it in the world. So I've got three peanuts here. Just your standard salted roasted peanut. They're all about the same size. That's a very technical method that I use to select them, but I won't go into that. So we're just going to drop these in these liquids and see what happens. So there goes the first one, sank straight to the bottom. Here goes the second one, went to the bottom and is starting to float up. And then the last one, down to the bottom and then straight up. So what is this telling us? It's telling us that in this cup here, the peanut is more dense than the liquid it's in. In this one here, the peanut is less dense than the liquid it's in, and that's also the case for the peanut here. So now, I'm going to take this cup here, which I'll tell you is just plain tap water. I'm going to dump it into this middle cup. I'm going to see if I can't get that peanut to sink. So did you see that? So what happened there was I changed the quality of the water. I changed the density of the water. So in these two cups here, we actually have a mixture of salt. And in the farthest cup on this end, we have the most salt. This one had a little bit of salt, and then like I said, this one was tap water. By adding more tap water, I changed the salt to water ratio, therefore changing the density, and the peanut sank. Well, I hope you thought that was interesting. Nerds like me sure like it, and we hope to see you next week for another We Love Science. Thank you.
Know the weather channel's right, so why do you put up the fight? Go ahead and steal your stuff from them. Temperatures you give a range, it's so wide, subject to change. You might as well just tell us you don't know. Does that Donnie Mitchell have the mange? His dragon tail, it was quite strange. I hear there are tornadoes on the lake. When you set it up to rain, I know that is just a game. I grab my towel and I head out to the beach.